Hello, everybody. Thanks for checking out this talk. We're going to work on all the things you are. We're going to learn a little bit about the harmony and the form. So we'll do phonic analysis. And this is a really important part of the process of learning tunes, especially for improvising, because we begin to understand the functions of things, how one chord relates to the bigger picture of the tune, and how it relates to the chord that came before and the chord that comes after. All right, we'll start out by thinking about the key signature. So all the things you are is, say, most commonly played in the key of A flat. So the key of 4 flats. All right, so we want to be aware of that and kind of set up on that. So let's start by thinking a little bit about what chords we expect to find in the key of A flat. Okay. We have the A flat major chord, B flat minor. I'm just going in order, kind of up the scale. C minor, D flat major, E flat. That's going to be a major triad and a dominant 7th chord. F minor, and G, F diminished. So we can assign a number to each one of these. So we have A being the 1, and just kind of count up. So if it's a minor chord, using lowercase Roman numerals, and for major chords, uppercase Roman numerals. Okay, going straight 1 through 7 there. So let's create a kind of a circle of fifths diagram here. And we'll think a little bit about, kind of sketch out how this is gonna look going through the circle of fifths, moving diatonically in the key area. All right, so we'll have A flat major up here, and just kind of working around. So next we would have a D flat, G minor 7 flat 5, and then we're going to have C minor, F minor, and hopefully getting these kind of evenly displayed through here. B flat minor 7, and E flat 7. So what we're going to find in this tune, for example, is we're going to start on this F minor. We're going to head B flat minor to E flat 7 to A flat major 7, and then D flat major 7. So most of the way around the circle of fifths in A flat there. So we'll come back to some of these things. Let's dive into the progression and get a sense for these. So it has this kind of cool intro. And that repeats a few times. So it's kind of cool. So that's a D flat 7 sharp 9. That's a C7 sharp 9. And so we could think about that C7 as a 5 of the 6 chord, because that's where the tune starts. So we're kind of setting that up here with that intro. Okay. All right. So like we said earlier, we are going around a circle of fifths here. And starting with the F minor. So key of A flat, F minor 7. So that's going to be the 6 chord. B flat be the 2. B flat 7 would be the 5. A flat major 7 would be the 1. And then D flat would be the 4. So just as we talked about earlier, we have the minor and the B flat minor going around the circle of fifths here to A flat and then D flat major 7. Now here we start to depart a little bit from that. So let's check out another little bit of a key center here. So let's think about C. C major, D minor 7, E minor 7, F major 7, G7, A minor 7, and B F diminished. Okay. So again, same kind of thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7. Okay. So we can actually build in a little bit of a 2-5 on this. So I'll quickly sketch out the circle of fifths here for us. And this is a podcast edition. Excuse me, podcast edition. So checking this out on the podcast, there is a video involved with this, but I'm going to try to keep this as audio friendly as possible. Try to really describe everything that I'm talking about as much as possible. Okay, so we see the circle of fifths here with those same chords I described. So This particular lead sheet doesn't list the 2 in there, but you can see the circle of fifths going, and we could build in a 2 into this if we want, but they just have the 5. All right, so we'll call this C major, and we'll call this a 5, 1. And you can see how that is a small segment of the circle of fifths, 5 to 1. Now, when we get a little bit further, we have the same root note there, but the chord quality has changed, and we're now headed to E flat, or the key of 3 flats. So if you've checked out any of the videos lately on closely related keys, so this is a key that's very closely related to A flat. It's only 1 flat different. So we have E flat, major, F minor, G minor, A flat, major, B flat 7, C minor, and D half diminished. And if we look at the circle of fifths, this is going to be a really good example of that. So we have quite a large segment of this tune going through, or this progression going through the circle of fifths. And so that's a really very strong thing that that you can work on in your playing, is really thinking about the circle of fifths and how a tune tends to go through it, especially these standard tunes. And so there's a certain sameness to this, right? It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So part of the challenge is identifying what the key center is. So this is E flat. One of the biggest clues is, it doesn't always apply, but if you have a dominant seventh, then you can have a pretty good idea of what the key center is, because that only comes up one time in a key center, although sometimes you may have secondary dominance, so you have to keep an eye on that. But this is going B flat 7 to E flat major 7. That's a really big indicator. And then also we have all these other chords that appear to fit that as well. Okay, so it's actually, kind of the same progression that we had at the beginning. So we have a 6, 2, 5, 1, 4 in the key of 3 flats. All right, so let's check out the next couple of chords here and think about a key center on that. So here we have a 2-5 in G, followed by another 2-5 in G. So we'll spell that out. So just like a major scale, just kind of going up: G major, A minor, B minor, C major, D7, E minor, and F sharp, half diminished 7. Okay, and again, we'll write this out, circle of fifths as well. Get accustomed to that. Sharp half diminished 7. Right, and then we're going to B minor and E minor and A minor, D7. So you can see sometimes we go, or tune, we'll go, around quite a lot of the circle of fifths, and other times it might just be a smaller segment of it. Okay, so these are given all the same kinds of numbers. All right, so we have key of G. We have a 2, 5, 1, then another 2, 5, 1. And on this particular lead sheet, they have a E7 sharp 9 listed here. So we could think of that as a secondary dominant. So 5 of the 2 in G. And all that really means is that we're playing a 5 of A minor. It's a 5-1 type relationship, but the 1 part of it ends up being a 2. So 5 of 2, and then we go to the D7. And then the G major. Okay, so quite a few key centers. We have one more here to investigate. We have a key of E. Let's write that one out. So E major. Again, just kind of going up the major scale. Sharp minor 7, G sharp minor 7, A major 7, B7, C sharp minor 7, D sharp half diminished. And let's create a little bit of a circle of fifths again, stay consistent, and this is pretty helpful, I think, on this tune and many others. So circle fifths through the key area. E flat, or E major 7, A major 7, D sharp half diminished, G sharp, minor 7, C sharp, minor 7, F sharp, minor 7, and then B7. And then Roman numerals, so the same here. All right, so let's see how that fits in. So I'm referring to the Hal Leonard real book here. So I'm going to stick with that. So we have a 2, 5 in E major. So going just a small bit around circle of fifths there. So 2, 5, 1. Okay, and here the C7, sharp 5, we're heading back to where we started. So we started with the A flat. And a lot like the intro, this is a C7 chord. This is going to be a 5 of 6. Okay. We have this G sharp in the melody. Okay, so we have C7 sharp 5. Okay, and so go back to the A flat. So the F minor 7, that's the 6th chord. B flat minor 7, 2, E flat 7, 5, A flat major 7, 1, D flat major 7, 4, G flat 7, that's flat 7. C is going to be the 3. We can call this diminished chord. Some other options for that, but I'm just going to stick with what this is giving us. Flat 3, and then 2, 5, 1. Okay. So you could see some different chord qualities, even a couple of chords that are outside of our list from the major scale there. Um, but still quite a lot of circle of fifths. We could see from C to the G flat. That's consistently moving through the circle of fifths. Okay, and then at that point we start kind of again in a sense. 3, it's flat 3 diminished, and 2, 5, 1. All right, and then repeating, we're gonna pick up the up a 2, 5 back to the relative minor, F minor there. Okay, so this is an important thing to be aware of as you especially improvise through a tune. Is think about these key centers. So a couple ways to think about this. You can think about the number of flats, so or sharps, or absence of either. So we have A flat, so 4 flats, C, no flats, no sharps, E flat, 3 flats, G, 1 sharp, E, 4 sharps, and then back to the key of 4 flats. So thinking about things in terms of the key signature can really be helpful, and keeps us a little bit maybe flexible on some things too, because it's not really too big of a concern if um, all of the sudden we see a chord that's outside of those notes. If the chord quality or even the root note is different, we can start to think, okay, well, is there a secondary dominant happening, or is it going to kind of the relative minor of that um, tonal center, things like that. Um, so I'd recommend doing that on some level, and then also getting specific with the chord tones from one to the next as you play through. So play some arpeggios and all that. All right. Well, let me know if you have any questions on this, and let me know if this was helpful, or if there was something that you might have found more helpful. And who knows, maybe I can pick up on that on another day. All right. Well, thanks for checking this out, and I'll see you all in the next one.